So Einstein was once asked in an interview, what is the most powerful force in the universe? And Einstein replied, compound interest. Now, it was a little cheeky, but there's something to be said there. And I want to explain how credit works and kind of like the whole banking systems and how we're able to do all this for different people. So the whole idea about why these banks will give you money, right, or loan you money, is because it's really powerful for them to make a profit. They have all this money, they're sitting on it, they have to put it somewhere, right? So the more money that they lend out, the more money that they make. Interest. And the reason that they'll give you 0% interest, they think that when after the time comes to finally start paying on the interest, you'll have already forgotten what it is, right? But they think you're stupid, basically. But you're not stupid. And we're going to actually use this system to create our own wealth, create our own generational wealth. And the biggest thing about credit and the biggest thing about this whole program that we're building here is that you're going to be able to get access to cheap money. Okay, the way that people usually keep people in poverty from loans and from credit is that they have really high interest rates. You know, we're talking 30. I've got, there's offers out there for like 159% interest, like absolutely crazy stuff. So the first thing that you need to understand is that the reason these banks will give you money is because they want interest, right? I mean, imagine if you had $100,000 and you could do absolutely no work and make, 10% on that $100,000, you would make that bet over and over and over, right? And that's why what we need to do is we need to make your profile look like a good lending opportunity to the banks, okay? The reason that people don't loan money to people with poor credit is because they don't want to lose their money, right? So, but if you can show the banks that you have won more times than you have lost, meaning you've gotten funding and paid it back on time, more times than you've lost, they are willing to make the bet because they want to make money. But the better your credit looks, the more likely the banks are willing to give you the money to get you access to credit, okay? And credit is actually unsecured for them. That's why credit is so much easier to get, meaning that they can lend out a lot of money, and if they don't get it back, it's just a tax write-off to them, essentially, and it doesn't necessarily affect their business or their bank. Now, I'm not saying take their money and run because nobody cares. I'm just saying on their books that when they lend you money and they don't pay back, it's just a tax write-off, okay? Not if they send you $1 million and you lose it, you know what I mean? That's a lot different. They're going to be pissed. A lot of shit's going to go down, but overall, they're looking just to make money. They have their money, and as soon as money stops moving, that's why it's multiple streams of income, cash flow, income streams, all those things, currency metrics. So it's basically all talking about water. Money has to move in order to make money. Money doesn't just make money on its own. If you just have $100 on your table, it's not going to make you any money. That's why they need to loan it out. They need to have it out there making them money. Okay, so that's the whole game, is making your profile look like a good deal to the banks for them to give you the maximum amount of money. Okay, this is a different way of thinking. This is not, hey, I need a credit card so I can pay some of these bills or buy some groceries. This is, I'm going to take this person's money. I'm going to get access to other people's money. I'm going to use it to make myself generational wealth. Okay, and if you're in this program, I will teach you how to make businesses and real estate investments that will 1000x your initial investments. Okay, now lots of people already come into this program with a plan, and that's number one. You got to make a plan for your money, make a plan for every dollar. But if you're smart, I can teach you how to 1000x that money. All you need is the capital to get started, right? All you need is the vision in the right direction. And, I'll hit you on the back of the head until you run that way and you'll make a lot of money. Okay, so we've got lots of different opportunities here. It all starts by understanding the money game, the credit game, okay? And the game starts by making yourself start to think like a bank and then creating your profile to make it look appealing to the banks to want to loan you money. That means removing negative inquiries off your credit and adding positive inquiries onto your credit so that you can show that you are someone who's trustworthy. And then always paying your creditors, you're always paying people on time, no late payments, and then always trying to pay off your debt as fast as possible. You don't have to pay it off as fast as possible. That's not what I'm trying to say, but just paying it off. Proof that you pay things off is really important, and then that you can double up. Get a bunch of money, flip the bag, pay them back, get a bunch of money, flip the bag. That's the game. And we keep on doing this over and over and over until you're multimillionaire and you're super successful, and your life is completely different than what it was, a year ago. Okay, and this is really powerful. But the thing that you need to understand is, like, why are they giving you this money? Because they want to make money. Nothing is for free. It's not just free money. They want to make you pay interest. They want to have you make them, 5%, 7%, 10%, 20%, whatever it is. And the better that your profile looks, the more likely you are to get access to cheaper interest, to cheaper money. And you use that cheaper money to start real estate, to start businesses, to start flipping, whatever you're really trying to do. And that's what's going to take you to that next level. So that's number one. Okay. The next thing is, like, we don't want you to fall in to the credit trap. All right. The credit trap is scary. And a lot of people that try and do this on their own, they fall into the credit trap. The credit trap can ruin your life. Okay. But what you're going to learn in this program is that even if you fuck all your credit up again, well, you can just do it all over again. Okay. It's not actually the end of the world, but there are situations where you take out a loan, you're very irresponsible with it, you don't pay it back, and you think, oh, it's just going to go away, out of sight, out of mind, just tuck it away in a little drawer somewhere. No, the credit bureaus, the people are going to come after you. They're getting more aggressive. They'll like try and scare you by taking you to court over like a $35 credit card or whatever, because they want their money, but it's really just like, it's just a write-off, and then somebody buys your debt usually and then tries to collect it from you. Like, they buy your debt at a super huge discount and they try and collect it from you. But not paying your credit cards, not paying your lenders back will set you back like years or months of your life, and you don't want to do that. You just want to be making progress. Okay, so don't fall into the credit trap. The credit trap is you borrow money, right? And you go and you buy stupid shit. You don't buy stupid shit inside Credit Leverage X. You don't buy stupid shit from this program. You buy and you invest. You invest your money to get an ROI, a return on your investment, so that you can keep borrowing more money, keep getting access to money. You're probably going to become a credit millionaire a lot faster than you're ever going to become a regular millionaire. And becoming a credit millionaire just means that the next step is to become a asset millionaire, or you can, that's pretty much, it goes like credit, asset, then you can become a cash millionaire. But it doesn't even matter. It's still access to money. If you have access to $100,000 or you have $100,000 in your bank account, it's kind of the same thing, except for one, it has a couple different pieces of paper signed to it, right? It's not that big a deal. You got to start thinking a little bit differently for this whole process to really sink in and really change your life. But in order to not fall in to the credit trap, you have to make a promise to yourself right now that you're going to come up with a plan. You're going to work the plan. The plan is going to work if you work it. And even if you screw up a little bit, you don't put all your eggs in one basket. That's for sure. You want to have multiple streams of income. That way, when something doesn't quite work out, you have other opportunities to get back on track. And if you do fuck it all up, though, I want you to know right now, not the end of the world. It's just money. Whatever. We can fix your credit again and get you more funding. It's really crazy. But don't do that. Don't go in. Never go into a strategy with the plan that is you're just gonna fucking bail. Like, there's a lot of really shady people out there that'll actually teach you kind of stuff like this, and then they'll just be like, okay, go get a bankruptcy and start over. And fuck that, though, because that's gonna screw up your credit for like 7 years, right? And you don't want to do that. It's better just to be smart, work the plan, educate yourself. Like, the first thing I want you to do, the first like $50,000 that I get you, you gotta flip your mindset. You gotta flip your brain. You gotta invest in yourself. Go buy a bunch of books, mentorships, coaching, whatever you need to do to up your level of, I want to say intelligence, but level of consciousness. Really, like you learn how to become a master of your niche, of your world, and you're gonna be a lot better off. So that's the first thing I highly recommend everybody does with their money is, like, sure, buy investments that turn into cash, but the number one thing you got to first is flip on your brain. Start reading a lot of books, start buying some courses, start upping your level of knowledge, and that's going to take you a lot further than a lot of these other things. But we're also here to help you. So whatever, if you don't know what you're doing and you want to figure out the plan before you get all the money, great. That's what we want to do as well. But money is literally printed. It's not even printed anymore. Somebody just like pokes a couple buttons on a computer and it just like is a new number. Okay. So stop feeling all these emotions about money and start thinking more logically about money. Are going to make less terrible decisions, right? If you just look at money as like a stoic or a robot, you're probably going to do a lot better than somebody who's super emotionally attached to everything that has to do with money. And nobody really talks about that. Nobody really tells you, hey, and it's not your fault though. Like I grew up with my father was bipolar, and he had a gambling addiction. So he would literally get manic, go to the casinos, lose all of our money, right? And then we would have to start from scratch, and then we would make a bunch of money. And we'd have food again for a little while. But there would be all these different moments where I would go from feast to famine as a small child, and it fucked me up a lot. And it took me a lot of educating myself on how to manage my own money so that I didn't go through those ups and downs. Those that happen to everybody though. It's just part of life, right? The point that I'm trying to get at though is become a master of your money. Control your money. Don't be a subject to the wind. You take control of your life. Don't let life take control of you. So you're going to get this money and you're going to have complete control over this money. You're not going to go and buy shiny object syndrome. You're going to stick to the plan, and you're going to get where you need to go so that you can relax later, so that you can live your best life as opposed to making poor decisions and just fucking around. Like that's not what we're here to do. We're here to change lives, and the best way for you to do that is come up with a plan, stick to the plan, work the plan, control your life. Don't let life control you. But I dropped some wisdom there. I hope you really understand where we're going with this. Like, don't fall into the credit trap. Become a master of your money. You're the master. Don't let anybody else tell you what to do with your money. Even me, you're the master. You know what's best usually for yourself. And, off to the races.